Guile's thing goes with everything! And hello everyone, this is TailsFan109. It's time to climb another tower! So Sonic is climbing a bunch of towers, and now it's Mario's turn to climb a tower and climb the tower, my sweet dude. I didn't plan this. I didn't know there were going to be so many towers in Sonic Frontiers. So this is honestly a hilarious coincidence. So our 18th Kaizo hack is essentially Sonic Frontiers Final Horizons. So hello, Red Photon Rose, Monic Clark, Melchizedek, Boateng 191, Airplane World, Orchard Animations, Vladdy, Longvinsky, The Boys, Tails Angry, Brady W, Airplane World, Medora, Hinchcliffe, Applejack, Gojira 2004. Alright, so let's climb another tower. Let's climb another tower, sure. I wanted to listen to Guile's thing, darn it. I don't play Street Fighter, but I sort of know the meme by this point. So, we actually died in the opening. A huge tower amassed out of nowhere in front of Mario's house. Now he needs to destroy it because it is blocking his sunlight. Hi, Darian Rice. From one tower to the next. I think this is 9 exits, so hopefully this won't take too... Really? Cheetah Men. You got to play Cheetah Men. Cheetah Men! Let's go into Mario's house. And this is Mega Man music, I believe. I made this hack in 1 day. Do you really think I had time to give you a funny message? Fine, Yoshi commits tax fraud. This place too. Alright, so there's Cheetah Men, Cancel Alex. We don't even start in the tower. Alright. But let's see how this one goes. I'm not sure if this one is full on beginner level. This one should be a little harder. But we're seeing this. I feel like that's... hi, Felix. You're not really that late. We just started, although you did miss my opening death. Well, the music's quiet, then that means the hack itself is just quiet, perhaps. That plant didn't have a fish for a body. You have a fish for a body. But if it's quiet, I'm sure I can adjust that a little. Let's bump it up to 50%. Well, how is it now? I bumped it up 10%. Oh, wait. I got mixed up. Oh, we need to do regrabs there. Hi, Rhett Ross Albert. Well, I'm playing a Kaizo hack. Oh! Now that I've done a little more lip syncing for the next part of my animation. Wait, why didn't the other piranha plant come? Why didn't the other piranha plant come? That's stupid. You find Japanese fighters and ships. How fun. You stupid platform. Yeah, by this point you do have to understand what you're doing. There we go. Oh, this hack must be quieter than the others. I don't think I've had that issue before. At least I don't think. Why the chicken crossed the road? To climb a tower. Hi, Ozone PL. I'm fine. Still suffering a little congestion. You probably hear it in my throat. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Oh, I gotta hurry. Oh, that's fine. Let's try resetting it. Oh, nope, I messed up the camera. Oops, wrong jump. Oops. It's fine, I just gotta keep doing this until it's right. There we go, see? I did it. Now, as long as I don't pay it, I'm gonna need a running jump, aren't I? What? Wait, what? Is this a puzzle I'm supposed to figure out? What? Oh, great. %60%. It's at 60% now. The volume is at 60% on the emulator. Glad you did. I want to pick a part that could be somewhat enticing, but not entirely spoilerific in any way, which is sometimes hard to do when you're making a sneak peek. Thankfully, I still have control over the camera, so I can reset things if I need to. There we go. No, that's wrong. Perfect. Okay, good checkpoint. That was kind of a frightening section, actually. Stupid block. Sonic is being tested in the future. I don't understand your question. Are you just confused about the Modern Sonic and Classic Tails thing? Classic Tails is just representing Tails as a toddler, while the other characters are at least still more in their more grown-up, mature type selves that we know from the games. Tails is just the youngest one, and I really want to represent that. Besides, only Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles have classic models on SFM. I can't do it for anyone else, so that would be really strange if I started using other characters afterwards. And Sonic and Knuckles were classic, but everyone else was still modern, so I only use classic Tails. There we go! Regrab. Your sister Isabel have a shout-out? Well, has she done anything warranting a shout-out? You don't just do a shout-out to do it. There's gotta be a good reason for it. At least in my opinion, it's supposed to be more of a reward, not just something you do. I don't remember when you left the stream last, Felix. It was a 3-hour stream, so I didn't keep track of it all. But I did 3 towers as Sonic at the end of that stream. I have 3 of the Chaos Emeralds, 1 from Amy, 1 from Knuckles, and 1 from Tails. She wants to be mentioned in a video. I don't tend to do things that way. If I shout out, it's usually because I'm a part of something, or it's because it's something that I think warrants the attention. I don't just do it to do it. That doesn't feel right. Shoutouts, in my opinion, are more like being recognized for something you've done, or just to reveal something you're a part of, like in our project. SFM is not Gmod, though. It's a completely separate program. Completely different. How did I not make that? How am I supposed to maintain? I'm a little confused as to how this is gonna work. There, okay, Bay level 1. interesting level. This might actually be a little tricky. Hi, Shayna, Kalik. I'm good. When's the next Tales of the Bond coming out? I am not giving a release date, but it's unlikely it's coming out this year. That's why the sneak peek is out. Extension. Here we go. Time to climb. Try your hardest to angle yourself properly for each jump. Will this kill me? Yes, it will. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be fun. But it's only about 9 exits, so there's not that many levels. And that'll be fun to time. But look at this. It's about wall jumps. Whoops. Ugh. Congestion is fun. It's really fun. Everyone loves it. Glad you like it, the boys. She's 3, well then she shouldn't even be on YouTube. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid shoutouts don't quite work that way. You don't give shoutouts to someone who's not even on the YouTube. Well, let's see about the final trial. The third trial was actually really easy for some stupid reason. Hi, Isabella. We weren't talking to you, Applejack, about that. I never watched Walking Dead. I didn't care to watch it. I don't know. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, checkpoint. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be fun. But wait, I thought there were only 4 towers in Sonic Frontiers. I swear that's all I saw pop up. Oh, well. Because weren't there only 4 Titans? There should only be 4 towers, I thought. Ow. Darn it. Okay, made it. What? Oh, no. Okay. I don't like this. Oh! No! This is decently tough. Definitely a step up from quite a few of the ones I've played. But there's still a lot of readability, at least. Oh, man. Okay, how am I gonna get enough momentum for this? I'm not. Darn it! Well, Ascension is sure right. I fell. I can't do them clearly yet. No, it fluctuates during the parts of the day. At some points of the day, I'm a little more cleared up, but right now, it's picked up a little more again. Alright, see ya, Airplane World. Ugh. That was better an hour ago. And if I do a voice, it probably can't be for too long. Or else I'll just go into a coughing fit, perhaps. No! I hate this part! Sorry, Orchard, but at least you don't know what the towers are about. Darn it! Yeah, Orchard still isn't to the point where he can even do Final Horizon. He just rescued Tails yesterday. I wasn't there to see it because I was already streaming by that point. Sonic.exe? No, it's not much of a game, it looks like. It's just you run to the right and watch characters you love die. Not much of a game. I don't even know how to do a Chewbacca war. I don't watch Star Wars, period. I'm not really interested in Star Wars, honestly. Oh, I had to do a full spin jump, not a tiny one. I wonder how much is longer after that. That's just a moon! I don't need it! Oh no, I think I screwed everything up. Maybe? Oh! I picked up speed! Oh, no, that's fine, that's fine. I've done this in Love Yourself. I can run on the spikes when I'm running along the wall. Just, come on. No, you almost had it, Mario. You almost had it. You can do it. You can do it! Yes! I don't need the moon. I just need a win. Whee! Here we go. Chutes and ladders? Oh, I used to play Chutes and ladders on my computer! Up and down, round and round, climb the ladders, oops, slide down. Chutes to slide and ladders climb. Chutes and ladders, chutes and ladders, chutes and ladders all the time. If you think I am a weird and cringy person for singing that, keep in mind, this is a game I played when I was 5 years old. It's not like I'm gonna forget it. Okay, what is this from again, this track? I had the board game too, but I also had it on computer. And it came with 3 different boards, including the classic. Why? That was fast. That was not that difficult. I did see a moon, but I'm not really focused on getting the moons right now. That's just for extra challenge. I'm just focusing on trying to win. That level was fast. Uh-oh. I'm screwed. This level's called Speedrunner. You know, I sort of think I might look better without the hat. I wear it because I'm TailsFan109, and I think it sort of fits the internet persona, but I sort of think I still look better without the hat. I'm gonna keep it on, though. Speedrunner, let's do it. Don't lose your speed, that's never good. Well, I bet Sonic would like this level. Do I like Transformers? Never got into Transformers either. Okay, so I just gotta keep moving. Don't ever let go of right. Ooh. The tower looks like from Sonic Sky Sanctuary? I don't know. Why does it? I skipped a Koopa and still made it. I jumped too high. Do I like Indiana Jones? I never watched it, but usually action flicks and such aren't for me. I prefer, like, musicals, horror films, and certain kinds of dramas. And of course, anyone likes a good comedy like Napoleon Dynamite. Who do I like more, Sonic or Mario? I like Sonic more. I enjoy Mario's games, but as a character, Mario characters don't usually give me much emotional feeling to them. I feel a lot more connected towards Sonic. For Mario, I just play the games. That's it. As a character, he doesn't mean that much to me, if I'm being honest. Whoops. Do you know Pokemon, I guess? Yes, I know Pokemon. Funny enough, though, I sort of fell more in love with the Mystery Dungeon games than the standard games itself. Did you watch the Looney Tunes? If you didn't watch the Looney Tunes, you simply put didn't have a childhood. I'm gonna say it right now. You don't watch the Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry or any of those kind of old stuff, you didn't have a childhood. How could you go through childhood without ever enjoying those old cartoons? Barbie movie? No, I didn't watch that. I'm sorry, but I didn't get caught to the Barbenheimer craze at all. Okay, there we go. Okay, halfway there. I have to slide. The mask? This is a hat, not a mask. A mask would have to actually cover my face. Did you know Grand Theft Auto? Yes. My brother used to play that, but not to do the missions. He just drives the bus and listened to the radio stations, specifically K-Chat. We used to laugh at the Giggle Cream commercial. Giggle Cream, it makes desserts funny. I still don't know if that's supposed to be something inappropriate or not to this day. But they did play a lot of nice 80s songs in Vice City. Even a little Michael Jackson. That was always pretty fun. But I never played it. Games where you actually have to drive and be somewhat good at it tends to stress me out a bit too much. When I was a kid, some of my favorite Looney Tunes episodes were Rabbit of Seville, which is part of the reason I love classic music so much. The Barber of Seville was just so much fun to listen to while Bugs Bunny was doing his crazy antics. Battle of Bugs Bunny, where Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam are running for mayor. I forgot what it was called, but that one Looney Tunes cartoon where Daffy Duck was trying to do a cartoon, but the animator kept, like, screwing him over. Daffy Duck, she had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm, he had an igloo. That cartoon was great. And of course, who could forget the Rabbit Season, Duck Season cartoons? Those are classics for all time. Oh, that was the end right there. That was the end right there. Okay, so this level isn't too bad. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's still decently tough, and you gotta really have a grasp of all the mechanics, but I did actually expect this to be a little harder. Oh, and as a kid, I flippin' loved the Roadrunner cartoons. Those made me laugh more than virtually anything back in the day. Oh my gosh, I always loved Roadrunner. Hey, got a moon! Nice! Do I play Friday Night Funkin'? I still don't know to that day what that kind of game is like. What kind of game it is. Old cartoons can be kind of watered down. In what way? They might have not been as big on story, but they went pretty darn loose with the humor. Vitamin K. My opinion, cartoons back then were less afraid of just being silly in whatever ways. I mean, yeah, some of them definitely can be a little offensive, but down with the Hays Code. They were still less sensitive with humor back then, and as such, they were producing some really funny stuff. And, of course, the slapstick was really good. I feel like, generally, the cartoons got more leniency than the actual movies of the era did. Hi, Jaden. I'm on level 5 of what I think is a 9-level hack, so you might have missed half of the hack already. I thought this one was going to be slightly tougher, but so far it's actually been pretty manageable, all things considered. My favorite Flash game? Well, I have to think back to some of the ones I really played during my childhood. There was, of course, Ultimate Flash Sonic. The classroom games, I might be a little young to play those, because there was a bit of inappropriate subject material in that. I used to play a game called Escape from the Health Center, which used to really scare me. The atmosphere was a bit much for me at the time. Anyone remember those kind of escape type games? Oh, you had to go to church. So is this called Vitamin K because the lava kind of looks like orange juice? Oh boy. Oh, of course I'd mess that up. Okay. Oh, okay, that was a funny cartoon too. That was a funny cartoon too. I'm only 93 and a half years old. You're out. I'm out. That's what the man said. You heard what he said. That's what he said. There were a lot of funny gags in Looney Tunes. Tom and Jerry was at its prime in the 40s. By the 50s, it started to downgrade a bit. Looney Tunes was honestly at its prime in the early 50s, though. Oh my gosh. Banger after banger that era. Well, when it comes to cartoons, I don't know if I'd say it peaked in the 80s, at least in the West. In the West, it really took until the 90s, in my opinion. With the 80s, yeah, cartoons were definitely changing, but I'd still say they were a little on the weaker side. For instance, I don't really care for the Mario cartoons very much. I liked Zelda at the time, but I don't know if I could say that aged back then. If that ages very well. Well, I'm not a die-hard Pokemon fan, so I don't really pick a favorite Pokemon, but I have a couple Pikachus, so I guess there's that. I like to call them the Pikapi family. It's Pikachu and Pikamo, a father and son, because one of them is very small. But I'm not a die-hard Pokemon fan. I'm casual at best. The only mainline Pokemon game I actually played through all the way was Pokemon Red, Gen 1. With Gen 2, I swear I got stuck into an unwinnable position because I didn't get cut after the second gym, so I sort of gave up on the game. And for Pokemon Pearl, Gen 4, I got up to the 7th gym, but then I just never went through the Ice Cave maze again, and that was it. I never finished the game. And I never played any of the other gens. I got into the Mystery Dungeon games a lot more. Prince of Egypt. I had to watch that in 6th grade, and we had assignments for it. It was for the Egypt unit in social studies, so we watched the Prince of Egypt. I remember it being a pretty darn good movie, but of course, it's hard to enjoy the movie when you have to answer questions while watching the movie. It makes it a little harder to enjoy the movie for what it is, because you're too focused looking for these arbitrary answers. One of the downgrades about watching movies when you're in school, they make it so that you just can't watch it for what it is. And if you try to, well, you're probably not going to finish your assignment. I thought the 90s was more lenient than the 80s. Like, have you seen Ren and Stimpy? Come on, you couldn't get away with that in the 80s. I think I misread your question. Yeah, but there's some stuff you could get away with in the 40s that you could not get away with by the 80s as well. So, sort of a trade-off in a sense. Why am I so bad at that last jump? Like, the rest of this isn't that hard. There we go. Alright. Hurry! There we go. Oh, come on, I didn't touch that. Oh, wow. There we go. There we go. Like what? Well, the kind of slapstick violence that was in play. That eventually has to be toned down because by that point, cartoons were always on TV, so it was always like, oh, for kids, we can't show them the violent stuff. So, for the most part, a lot of cartoons started to get a bit more toned down unless it was supposed to be a darker action type thing anyway for a slightly edgier audience. You also couldn't get away with, like, smoking gags and that kind of stuff, and certain caricatures. Like, outside of Ren and Stimpy and a little bit of Ed, Edd and Eddy, I can't think of as many cartoons that had quite the level of slapstick violence that older cartoons, like, specifically from, like, the 40s had. And no, adult cartoons don't really count in that regard, but they don't tend to do it quite as effectively anyway. Darn it. Okay, so this level's a little more in line of the difficulty I was expecting from this hack, for sure. Okay, I made it. Okay, that one was a little harder, for sure. Still didn't take as long as it could have, though. Alright, white zone. What is that supposed to be? What's happening on the right there? What is that? I don't know. But, it is ill-advised to pack bullets in your luggage when going through an airport. What are you getting at? Of course, you were going to that. Oh, I can't get enough speed. I need more speed. That was too much speed. And I lost my speed. Great. Okay, this one seems hard. No! I don't like that part. Now, when it comes to anime, personally, though I don't watch much, I usually prefer the anime era of the 80s and 90s. Sure, they might have been slower and had a lot more filler, but I love it when they throw in a bunch of more of that kind of slice of life type of stuff that sometimes engages me more than the actual more action-packed sequences, because I like slice of life stuff. That should probably be kind of obvious. I make the tales that bond, for heaven's sakes. I like working on those kind of slice of life type stories. It's just something I enjoy watching a lot, it seems. Whoops, that was the wrong thing to do. Oh, I've been getting extra lives throughout the course of the game. Look at that. Yes, Applejack, I know Gmod, and I wouldn't use it for animating. It wasn't made for that. Which means that, at least to me, it looks a lot more cumbersome, and you can't make as much high-quality stuff on it in comparison. I really should spin jump there. Well, I suppose South Park could, but there's no way Sonic and Tails will be watching that. Even Sonic is way too young in my stories to be watching South Park. Because you haven't noticed, that's an MA-rated show, mature audiences. Meaning they want you to be like 17 or older to watch that. More Christian? Sorry, Jaden, I do not want to get religion involved in the Tales That Bond, really. That is a way to alienate audiences and make things too preachy. Plus, it's the Sonic world. They clearly have a lot of different gods. I think things work a little bit differently there. Like, Sonic Unleashed personally makes me think that Light Gaia and Dark Gaia sort of take the place of God and the Devil. Personally. The Gaia manuscripts. And no, even though I'm born Christian, I don't want to, like, just thrust my religious beliefs or such into it. That's... no. Like, as funny as VeggieTales can be, like, it's clear it sometimes goes a little strong on the Christian aspect of it. It doesn't turn throw a lot of people off because, well, it's entertaining, but I just don't think it fits for the Tales That Bond, period. Why is it over there? Well, in the Tales That Bond, everyone is 6 years younger. So that means Sonic is 9. I don't know who President Garrison is. Orchard, to your point, is already lost. Oh, I see. Oh, I'll wait for the chat to go up a little more so I can read that better. Did I see Coco? No, I haven't seen Coco, actually. No, there was a period of times where I didn't go to the movies that much, and we don't tend to get DVDs that often. No, Doomdog, I have no idea what Pat God is. Do I live in Canada? No, but I'm not that far from Canada. But I don't live in Canada. I don't have a Canadian accent, do I? If I do, it's because of my darn congestion in my nose. Oops. An app for what, Applejack? An app for what? Darn it. Yeah, no. No, I don't know 8 Crazy Nights either. If you ask me something like that, I'm probably not gonna know what you're talking about. Okay, I need to be in the air longer. Oh, I know Halloween's coming up soon. I've already got a couple of Halloween movies I'm gonna watch tonight! Yes, I'm so happy it's October. I've been listening to a bunch of stuff. I've been listening to music from Mr. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Mad Monster Party, The Otherworldly Concerto from the Haunted Mansion ride, soundtrack to the original Halloween. There's also the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack to listen to. Cause yeah, I sort of count it as a Halloween movie. I mean, it's essentially Halloween trying to take over Christmas. And its original release in '93, I believe. I think it actually was released in the Halloween season. It only got more confusing when Disney re-released it around like 2005 or something like that. I remember seeing the advertisements for it, and they released it on Christmas. So they only added fire to the confusion there. I'm not as interested in Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'm not gonna be seeing that. I'm most likely gonna be seeing Saw 10 though. I haven't watched many Saw films, but well, the first 7 have been put up on Tubi.tv, so I can look at that. And also, it takes place between Saws 1 and 2, so you don't really have to watch the franchise to know what you're getting into. Hi, Highlight Hero. Oh, what? I can go too high there. I didn't know that. Okay, so I really gotta time my regrab there. That was not timing it. Interesting, but I don't think that's the reason I am shy and quirky. Oh, regrabs. And they're not all shy and quirky. Have any of you ever heard of Dave McRae? If you're a Halloween fan, you probably have, or a Star Wars fan, because he's a fan of both of those franchises. I, of course, watch him for the Halloween content. Guess his favorite food besides chili dogs? Well, his absolute favorite food is, like, mint candies. Or just about anything with mint in it, so, like, make some mint pancakes for him, and he'll be happy as can be. There we go, done. I need some water. Might need to blow my nose, too. Yeah, I actually need to blow my nose, so, just give me a moment. This is building up way too much. Alright. There we go. And no, there's not gonna be another sneak peek, you little demons. One sneak peek's enough. Anyways, let's get to it. Pitch Black? You don't say. Pitch Black like this background cover? I'm gonna be watching these two movies later tonight because it's finally October. Tails is not pleased. Tails is not pleased. Alright, Pitch Black. Let's go. Ah! Looks like your ghost is cooked. Not if I duck! Yes, if I duck. Oh, hurry. You know, it's kind of interesting how they make all these aesthetics over what's basically just a single tower. Ow. Yes, I know Cream from Sonic. I've played games from the era where she was actually in games. Why did I sneak peek? Because I haven't really released any animations this year. It's been a famine compared to 2022, where I had quite a few animations to present. And the Tales of Mom's Force only halfway through, so I don't think I'm even going to get it out this year. So, I imagine people are starving for animation content. So, I just gave a little bit of it to satisfy people while I work on finishing it. Did I drink Dasani? No! I don't like Dasani water. All it does is make me more thirsty. I drink Poland Spring, generally. Would Tails get scared from encountering a Boo? Oh, yes, I imagine he would, especially if he ran into a big one. Especially if he ran into King Boo from Mario Sunshine. That would scare him. Oh, Bubble! Oh, I have to spin jump. What's a controversial, you know? Are you asking of any controversial opinions I have? I'm fine, Highlight Hero. I'm still suffering a little bit of congestion from, I think, my flu shot, but it's either that or by now allergies. I don't even know which one anymore. But it all started after I got my COVID booster and flu shot Wednesday, so I want to assume. But honestly, the ghosts from the Death Chamber in Sonic Adventure 2 are probably more frightening than Boo's. I used to be kind of scared of the big one that was just in the center room, not the boss fight in the level. And of course, those ghosts are also better at jump scaring you than Boo's are. No, I'm supposed to spin jump, darn it! I'm not gonna say what state I'm from. I don't need to reveal that. Which is why I also hate when you go to the movie theaters and virtually the only water they have is Dasani. They want you to get more thirsty, so you'll buy more stuff. Well, I have to drink bottled water. The tap water in our region is horrible. I don't even know if it's drinkable, honestly. It's not clean. Which is a pity because the water's fine upstate. I don't know if I've seen movies from Sony Picture Animations, if I'm being dead honest. I don't think I've seen one. I believe they were going to be the ones to make a Sonic movie before the rights ended up going to Paramount. Why is that jump so hard? Bottled water companies have a deal with Coke? Although it sure beats the water fountains at my middle school, which I always thought kind of tasted like cheese, which is... I always forget that. Which is kind of weird for water. You don't want it to taste like cheese, but that's what I always thought it tasted like. Oh, they made open season. That's probably about the only one I've actually ever seen from them. Who made Hoodwinked? Does anyone remember the movie Hoodwinked? Who made that? Okay, I remembered this time I needed a higher jump. Oh, Dasani's a Coke product. Okay. Well, I think I once went to a Regal Cinema and they actually had different brands of water, which was nice because it meant I didn't have to drink Dasani. I think they had Aquafina. But that Regal Cinema unfortunately closed down. So now I'm stuck with AMC and it's Dasani water. Yeah, I went to my local Regal Cinema to see Halloween Ends. A controversial Halloween film, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't really a proper movie for a final chapter, though. It didn't feel like one until the very end, in which it sort of felt like a completely different movie. They came up with an idea that was interesting, but it was the worst possible time to use it, essentially. That part is hard. That part is really hard. It's so tight. I don't think I've seen the checkpoint yet, so this level might actually be a little while, which I guess is fair enough. I mean, we finished 6 of the 9 levels, so we're 2/3 of the way there already. Faster than I thought it'd be. Oh, I hate how I always forget that part. I gotta remember, on the second block, spin jump. Wubsy, the loudness YouTuber? Oh, I thought you were referring to Wow Wow Wubsy. Because yes, that's a thing I know exists. Still better than Dora. Who's Dora Marquez? Alright, Dora's getting a reboot. I have no idea why. I've seen reviews for Dora are generally always poor, so how does it keep coming back? I can spin jump that first one. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that'll help. Oh yeah, much easier. I can't hear you, Felix, but I see you. I can't hear you because you're not talking, you're only typing. Darn it! Princess Azula. Could you tell me where Princess Azula's from? Because I'm not in the know. Owl City songs. I tried to look up Owl City, and I might have put in the wrong name because I think I just got a Disney cartoon instead. There we go! The trick was to keep spin jumping instead. I did answer some of your questions, Felix. Like, I did say that I know who Cream is. Oh, yeah, you see, I didn't actually give that show a chance when I was a kid because I was like, SpongeBob! SpongeBob! I did not give Avatar a fair chance, unfortunately. By the time I gave myself an opportunity to try and appreciate it, it wasn't really airing anymore. I'm sorry, Archer, but I didn't see Avatar. Do I know Smurf Cat? I've heard of it, and that it's a thing now, and that people are confused that it's a thing, I think? I don't know any details about Smurf Cat, but I've heard of it. I don't know if I want to know, but I know. A little. Gosh, that part's hard. 30 hours long total. You see, there's a reason I find it easier to get into a movie franchise instead. It just sounds like a lot more work with a show. Have I watched Paw Patrol? No. That was after my time. No, by the time Paw Patrol came out, I was definitely older. I think I heard it's getting a movie, and in some ways, it sounds like people are saying it's going to become the Barbenheimer of October. Paw Patrol and Saw. Two completely different types of movies that are coming out around the same time are going to end up competing against each other in the box office. I think that's what I heard. Which is kind of hilarious. There was a moon up there. I'd look it up, but I used my phone to look at this chat here. Of making videos of reading Bad Tales fanfics? No, I haven't thought about that. A little more than a year. But you see, that's harder to do than to just watch a movie franchise with 13 movies. For me, at least. Built to fail. That level actually took a while. Oh, it's Giles. Oh, no, it's a falling level. No. Oh, no. I graduated college, but well... my predicament is a little bit of an unfortunate one right now. Let's just say that. This might be a little tricky, but I've done something like this in Quickie World at least, so I'm not entirely blind with this kind of level. But it looks like this might be harder than the one in Quickie World, so I'm glad I already... Holy mackerel, what the heck? And then I think I need to land on the dry bone quickly. I will say, though, there is one series of fan fictions that sort of worked as an inspiration for me to eventually do the Tales That Bond eventually, and at least when I started imagining things a certain way. It was from a fanfic writer called Sonic Tails Bro. He had a few different Sonic fanfics, some from when Sonic was 9, Tails was 2, some from when they're in their present day age. But I ended up becoming most attached to the ones where they're really young. Another unlikely inspiration was Fruits Basket, the original anime adaptation from 2001. Some of the slice of life moments and relations and such and characteristics is sort of how I started blending my thoughts of some characters for what I do now. So I've definitely seen fanfics. They weren't all bad, though. Alright, where am I going? Oh, that's where I'm going. Yeah, the fact is, life really isn't supposed to be easy. At least not all the time. You're going to go through trials in life. Do I speak English? Am I speaking Yiddish here? Of course I speak English. I'm speaking it right now. I've been speaking it the entire time. It'd be cool if I was speaking Japanese, but I'm not. I actually think Japanese is one of the coolest sounding languages. And Italian and Latin probably the most beautiful. One language I can't really get into is German. It just sounds a little too harsh for my ears, personally. No offense to anyone that speaks German, but it's never been my favorite language. Oh. It's hard to tell it was a joke just through the text, Doomdog. What I try to do when I want to do, like, a joke text is basically randomize what letters are capital and which ones are lowercase. So it creates its own sort of like this, because I think it makes it obvious then that you're joking. I'm not speaking Canadian, come on. No one in my family is Canadian. How am I speaking Canadian? Sure, I've watched a few Canadian slasher movies, but I don't think that's influenced the way I talk. I'm not really focusing on getting the moons, I'm just focusing on winning. I already missed a lot of moons, so what difference is this one gonna make? Oh, okay. Konnichiwa. I used to know how to say how are you in Japanese, but it's been a long time since I've looked over the language. What's racist? Not being a particular fan of the way a language sounds? That's not being racist. I'm not saying someone's inferior because they speak German. I'm saying it's not a language I enjoy hearing as much. It just sounds kind of harsh, and it sometimes sounds a little frightening to me as a result. I don't know what that is, Orchard. But like, I once had to sing Silent Night in German, and, well, let's just say I'd prefer to sing it in Latin if I'm singing it in a foreign language. Latin just sounds prettier. Okay. What am I doing next? I don't know. Ah! I messed that one up. Ambulance. Oh. Now, of course, I'm not the largest fan of German, so of course I never tried to learn it. I can't guess your gender just based off of a chat, Felix. Darn it! Did you watch Lion King? I've seen the animated original. Screw watching the remake. There's no reason to watch the remake. And that's where I have a controversial hot take. I don't think Lion King is one of the best Disney animated films. I find it personally to be a bit overrated. Do I speak Spanish? No. I don't speak Spanish. I took Italian in high school, which I know has a lot of similarities to Spanish, as they're both sort of derived from the same general language. But no, I don't actually know Spanish. I need to move faster there. See, Doomdog amigo. But like amigo, that's actually the same in Italian. So there are similarities. They're both derived from Latin. Which is why sometimes I can take a couple guesses as to what's being said or written in Spanish, but only a couple. There's still differences. We're just gonna keep listening to Guile's theme, okay? Because it goes with everything, including falling down a million spikes. Oh my gosh. Ow. If George was here, I'd have to ask if this tower is harder than the hardest tower in Sonic Frontiers. Is it safe to assume you took German in school, Orchard? I keep pushing away too much there. Oh, I missed it. Do I voice Eggman? I tried once during my Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog stream. You could, check that out if you want. Check the second stream, specifically, and, just tell me afterwards what you think of my Eggman voice, because it was literally the first time I ever tried doing that voice. The first ever time. Do I watch One Piece? Oh my gosh, you think I have time to watch One Piece? If I don't even feel like I have time to watch Avatar The Last Airbender, how am I going to have time to watch One Piece? No way! That's too big of a commitment. I'd be stressed out watching that. I can't watch that, no! That's like the longest thing in the world. Might even be longer than reading the Bible from start to finish. I saw The Ring. I saw it at my aunt's house once. You see, we had some cousins there, and at one point we started a tradition where each night we would watch a horror movie, and one of us would pick one for each night. The first year we did it, one of my cousins picked The Ring. I picked A Nightmare on Elm Street, which, funny enough, they haven't really seen yet. But one of my cousins also watched Scream, so it was fun for her to see another Wes Craven horror movie and sort of compare it. Alright, there we go, I won. The Ring was pretty good. I do like the Japanese one a little more. I think it has a little more atmosphere, and it's able to be creepy without having to rely on shock value, per se. Maw of the Hammer. This is the final level, you guys. Here we go. This didn't take as long as I thought it would to get here. Is this gonna kind of mix all the level gimmicks in one? Yes, it is. Oh, gosh! I don't know if you want to marry Sadako, unless you want to be stuck in a VHS tape for the rest of your days. Halloween. Halloween is my favorite. It's my favorite movie franchise of all time. I love Halloween. Even though, I mean, it's not a perfect franchise, I just enjoyed so much. And, Michael Myers was my childhood boogeyman back in the day. I was terrified of Michael Myers back then. I knew who he was without seeing the movies, and that sort of made it worse. That I knew exactly who Michael Myers was without even watching the movies. I didn't have to watch the movies to know that he's a horrifying serial killer with a freakishly creepy white mask. You know, I heard that there's a bidding war for the rights right now. If you want to watch the Halloween movies, I don't know what to tell you. You'd have to find streaming services they're on. I have most of them on DVD, except Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but that's my absolute least favorite Halloween movie, so I really don't care that I don't have that one. I just can't stand the way Rob Zombie writes his characters, so I just can't watch those movies, even if they do have interesting ideas in them. The fact is, I still have to care about watching what's happening without being bothered by millions of F-bombs and talking about naked women all the time. I shouldn't be saying that on stream, but that happens in Rob Zombie movies, and as such, I can't enjoy them. Well, I've got the DVDs for all Halloween movies except Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I have Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, but I don't really watch it because I don't like Rob Zombie movies. Sing a song, but I'm still somewhat congested. It won't sound pretty. Plus, what would I sing without getting copyright struck? I gotta do better at this. Well, for me personally, they're my least favorite. Objectively, maybe they aren't the worst, but I just don't like Rob Zombie movies. I can't help it. If people like them, more power to them. That's great. I just don't like them. Outside of that, the only one I don't really care for is Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, because I don't like the whole Thorn cult business. Even though Halloween 5 sort of started leaning into that a bit, I still enjoy Halloween 5, and that's my guilty pleasure movie. I know it's not very good, but heck, I have a fun time with that one. But this is October, so if there's that spooky movie you want to watch, try to find it. It's probably not too hard to find these days, unless it's a really obscure movie, then, well, I don't know what you're gonna do. Ah! Darn it! I just want to get in the door. I think that was the halfway point right there. No, I've never been to China. The only country I've been to outside of America is Italy, and that was for a school trip. Chinese, Scream? I've actually only ever watched the first movie. I've never had an opportunity to actually watch the others, including the ones that recently came out, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but, now, Doomdog, we don't want to force people to say anything. Let's keep this a comfortable environment. At least as comfortable as Kaizo can be. I think I'll have this first half down before long. The boys, would you care explaining how I'm racist? Because if it's not a good reason, then, you're kind of putting yourself in a bad light. Biggest fear? Maybe being stung to death by bees. Doomdog, I hope you're not racist. That's not a good thing to be. Like, I hope you're not actually racist. Okay, that part is a little tight. Just jump around it. Okay, now I'm confused. It just... Oh, even that's gonna be hard. Alright, guys, let's try and calm down about this now. This shouldn't be the kind of place to start getting into hatred topics like that. This is supposed to be a fun place. See, Mario's having fun. He's getting lots of hot baths. Oh, man. There we go! And I got the moon, too. Oh, it's boss time! I thought there was gonna be another whole section before the boss. I could have hit that easy. Alright, so this isn't much different from the actual fight. This just spikes on the ceiling and an extra Potaboo. Oh, okay. Not as hard as far as Kaizo bosses go, but this might still be something I have to be careful about. There we go. That's one hit. There we go. That's two hits. Now, are they going to appear in the same spots now? No. Actually not. One. Okay, I'm not reaching them that time. Two. One more hit. Ah! Stupid Potaboos. Felix, I already answered. I said it probably being stung to death by bees, because I'm terrified of bees. That would not be a way I'd want to go. I'm just terrified of bees in general. I had a traumatic experience when I was 5. And... okay, that's the hack. It only took about 80 minutes to win this. Okay, I will admit, on average, these levels were generally a little bit tougher than some other Kaizo hacks I've played, but there haven't been any drastic difficulty spikes. The difficulty to this one was actually pretty constant. It's just on average a little more difficult. Mario obliterated Lemmy and used the hammer of the gods to smash the tower! Now we can live in peace and get a tan. The end. Thanks for playing. No, Charmy would only be a baby in the Tales That Bond. There's no way to incorporate him yet. Okay, we're actually done. That was a little faster than I thought it would be. On average, it's definitely a bit of a harder Kaizo hack, but it doesn't have any random spikes that some easier leveled Kaizo hacks sometimes have. But this was kind of interesting. It was kind of fun seeing all the different ways they'd create these levels for a single tower. They were all rather unique. That was pretty fun, actually. It just went a little more smoothly than I thought it would. Not bad, though. Not bad. If you have a few Kaizo hacks under your belt, this might be a fun one to just dabble in for a little bit. But I guess we're done here. That's it. There's nothing left. So I'm gonna get out of this, and we're just gonna stop it from there. This has been TailsFan 109. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and until next stream, I'm gonna be streaming more Sonic Frontiers this upcoming Saturday. Didn't finish it yet. This has been TailsFan 109, and have a nice day.